Alright, so I'm going to be talking about something that is really important with gaming. It is your aim. So I first started playing on a mouse and keyboard about a year and a half ago when I built my computer. I had been playing with a controller my entire life. I was pretty inexperienced with the mouse and keyboard, and I really had no clue what I was doing. I have something called an essential tremor, and that's basically where when my hand is at rest, I shake. So my hands are very shaky, which makes it really difficult to use a mouse. I'm really inconsistent, and I wanted to become consistent, so I had to take all these steps to actually catch up to the level of my friends who'd been playing with mouse and keyboard for a while. Just a disclaimer, this might not be what works for you. I've seen and continue to see extremely good results from this method that I use to get better. I started playing PC about a year and a half ago when the Valorant beta came out. A lot of my friends started playing it, and I got to use my friend Spencer's laptop whenever he was gone to play the game. I was terrible, but it just sucked me in, and it was super fun, and it was my first step into PC gaming. And quickly after that, I started playing Tarkov and really expanding my library. So there was a period of time where my skills were worse than when I played on a controller, but I've finally been able to develop my mouse and keyboard skills to be above and completely exceed the point that I was at with the controller. The weird thing about Tarkov is because the game is so slow and you don't fight people very often, you have a pretty hard time getting better at aiming just by playing Tarkov. It's so different than like a game of Call of Duty or Halo where you fight 50 people in a 5-minute span. You probably won't even have that in 4 hours of raids. If you do put in all this time and effort to get better outside of Tarkov, it's gonna really pay off in the long run. So to get AimLab, all you have to do is go to the Steam store. It's completely free. I think it's a pretty small download. Definitely worth your time. Definitely try it out. I know this really doesn't mean anything, but I've been able to get my account to the Master 4 level. I don't really know how it keeps track. I've grown from around a 200 score to this 849, so I've definitely seen a steady improvement, and this game really works to your benefit. It adjusts the difficulty of the tasks you're playing to make you hit a certain threshold that is scientifically proven to have the fastest progress. You're going to want to go to the settings and make sure that they match your Tarkov sensitivity. I know that the Tarkov sensitivity is inconsistent because of whatever you're wearing can alter your ergonomic movement speed, change your sensitivity, but I use a sensitivity converter to convert all of my sensitivities to be relatively the same across all games. What you want to do is go to your controls. See, I have mine set to my Valorant settings. I moved in all of my settings from Valorant into this. Every other game I match my sensitivity to Valorant because the best way to get your muscle memory down is literally just playing the same sensitivity over and over again every game, so you're not constantly adjusting and trying to relearn the same thing. Another big thing you're going to want to do is go to this game tab and scroll down to your weapon visibility and put it on hide. This is going to help you because in a lot of the tasks, there will be targets that pop up that are going to be covered by your gun. Okay, so now that you have all of your settings set up, I put together a playlist of just some of the average tasks that I'll do. So what you're going to want to do is go up to the custom tab, hit the workshop, and then once you're in the workshop, hit the playlist tab, and then just search Squanchy. And then this is going to be my playlist. I'm going to walk you through the tasks that I play, why I play them, and why I think they're valuable to Tarkov. What you want to do in AimLab is develop good habits. So what you want to do is be able to precisely click on these targets. If you're slow, it doesn't matter. Don't try to do a speed that you're not comfortable with. If you flick really hard and you're always overshooting, you're going to develop that muscle memory. It's going to be way harder to unlearn something than to learn it correctly in the first place. I promise you, if you start developing good habits right off the rip, it's going to be extremely, extremely easier for you in the long run. So for grid shot, I always play this first just to warm up my aim. Click on these guys. I might miss a few. It's not a big deal. And I just want to say, I'm not a master at this. I'm not claiming to be the best gamer of all time. My tips are things that I am personally trying to work on too. I'm not a master at anything I'm telling you to do. I am just sharing with you the information that I've gotten, the stuff that I know that will make you better. Everything is so personal in gaming. It's not whatever I say is the end all be all. I'm trying to share my experience in a way that will help you get better. Something I want to talk talk about is I feel like tracking is a really misunderstood thing in a lot of games. A lot of games, people think like, oh, it's just mostly flick shots, it's all this kind of thing. But your tracking ability is arguably the most important thing. It's going to help you move your mouse smoothly across the screen. So I focus a lot on tracking, and I think it's very, very valuable. I personally noticed the biggest improvement in my overall aim across like multiple games when I really started to focus on tracking. So Strafe Track. Strafe Track is a really good one for this tracking that I'm talking about. All it's going to do is be a ball that's going to go across the screen. If it changes directions, you want to try to smoothly bring it back as quickly as possible. Try not to be jumpy with it. You just want to be smooth, hold on to it, boom, 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 boom. So what this task is going to do is it's going to help you just like while you're navigating corners. Like if you're peeking a room, peeking a corner, being able to have this smooth crosshair placement when you're moving around the map is going to help immensely. This is a really great one for crosshair placement. If you're able to center your gun while you're playing the game, it's going to help you a ton. I play these tracking modes to get my hands warmed up and really to turn off the tremors basically, or at least like diminish how bad the effects are. Strengthening the muscles in my hand really helps get this tracking down. Alright, so now we're moving on to Star Track. Star Track is going to be a pretty similar thing to Strafe Track, but this time it's going to be in a star instead of just flat across your screen. You want to just be smooth with it, hold it across, try to keep the crosshair on as long as you can. Star Track just really helps you get comfortable moving your mouse all the way across your screen, utilizing the full width of your mouse pad. You want to be able to move your mouse from the center of your mouse pad to the edge, and that should be able to do a 180 on your screen. That's going to be the ideal sensitivity for you. If you like it lower, if you like it higher, do what you want, but I just have found the best results from being able to have my sensitivity that way, where I can go from one side to another. You want to use your mouse pad to the fullest potential. It doesn't matter how big it is. If you're a wrist aimer, if you're an arm aimer, do what's most comfortable for you. Now I'm going to talk about line trace. I think line trace is the absolute best task in this game. It is going to help you flatten out your aim. You're going directly from point A to point B. The fastest way from 2 points is a line. So what you're going to want to be doing is have your aim be flat, going through these lines. This is another one that it's like speed is not as important as precision. You don't want to be like jumping around. You want it to be as flat as possible. This is also going to help you because once you're able to get this flat aiming down, your brain is going to recognize, oh, this point is this distance away. I just need to move my arm that distance because I've done it so many times. It helps you keep consistent, and that consistency is what's going to make you better over time. This one is 6-shot, and this is a mode where you're only going to be hitting these really small balls, and it really helps with micro adjustments and just like hitting small targets. And you're going to want to take that line that you were using in that other task. You just want to draw that direct line to the ball. You don't want to be just spamming this, missing shots. Just be slow, take your time, and it's going to pay off in the end. Once you're able to hit these shots slowly, you'll just start to be able to ramp up your speed. You want to be precise, first of all. It's the same thing with like playing guitar. You start playing a song really slowly, and you practice getting it down, and you just progressively start getting faster. Timing shot is kind of a weird one. I never really played this until recently, but I've actually felt like it's helped a ton. The way that it works is this ball goes across, your aim is only locked, it's locked horizontally, so you're only going to be moving vertically. What this helps with is being able to figure out the right time to pull the trigger, and that is such an important thing in Tarkov. You can't be missing shots and telling the enemy where you are, so I've noticed that this helps a ton with like sniping and all around just being able to hit my shots better. A lot of these tasks are going to be really hard right away, and you're going to be like, what the fuck, this is stupid, why am I playing this? It's hard because you're not good at it, and I hate to say that. Like, I was terrible at it, and I was like, fuck this task, I'm never playing it again. But I've started to get better at it, and it's helped me so much. If you're bad at something, it's because you need to work on it, and once you work on it, you'll slowly get better, and that's how you really improve. You're not doing easy easy things in the gym. You're trying to get stronger. You're trying to challenge yourself. And when you challenge yourself, that's where you see the most improvement because you're not playing it safe. You're not being comfortable. A lot of this is honestly a big, just like a mentality thing. If you put in this time and effort, you're going to get better. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You will 100% get better. All right, so this next one is called motion track. So motion track is going to be, you're going to shoot a ball in the middle, and then another ball is going to start moving, and you're going to track it to kill the ball. This one is really big for hitting moving targets and target switching as well. This is working on both your flicking and your tracking at the same time. So being able to have both of these skills in conjunction, it's going to be extremely helpful in Tarkov and also any other game you're playing. Next, we're going to be talking about spider shot. So this is actually the precision version of Spider Shot, and I recently started playing this one too, and it's also been helping a ton. So this makes the balls a lot smaller than Spider Shot Ultimate, so it's going to help you be able to get your flicks down precisely instead of just hitting big balls. Hitting the bigger targets across the map. So the more targets you hit, the smaller they get. Multi-shot has the targets show up and then disappear in various sizes. So they're going to be going in and out. And what you want to do is just flick onto these as fast as you can. This is really going to just help solidify your aim, warming up, getting better kind of a thing. This is motion shot speed. It's going to be like the motion shot tracking one that we did earlier, but instead you're just going to tap the target instead of following it with your cursor. So these targets are bigger, and this is going to help you work on your speed. This is going to help you solidify the precision skills that you were working on earlier, but then help you get faster with it. All right, to top it all off, we're going to go to motion shot precision. This one's going to help you use all of the skills that we've been working on so far. It's basically the same task as the last one, but instead of being fast, it wants you to be precise. This task really shows how important your tracking is because you're going to have to move your cursor really precisely onto that small target to be able to hit it. So being able to be comfortable with your sensitivity and your tracking and ability to just move across the screen, it's going to help you hit these targets a lot better. So besides these tasks that I've shown you, just honestly mess around with them, try out a ton of stuff. If you stick to the same things over and over again, you're going to plateau in your progression. You're going to see a ton of improvement right away, and then it's going to just be a slow moving process after that. What you want to do is just develop good habits where you can precisely hit shots. Don't overextend yourself. Don't spend too much time doing this. This is going to give you the building blocks to get better at the game and just hone your skills. And I think it's a really great way to improve, and I've been able to go from a terrible mouse and keyboard user to a decent one in a pretty relatively short period of time. Another really important thing with Tarkov, at least, that I've noticed is if I play other games, I see myself getting better at Tarkov too. Because Tarkov is so slow, there's not as much fighting. It's good to like hop into a game of Halo, play a game of Valorant, play Warzone, whatever it is that you like that's a FPS. If you're playing that and you're using the skills that you learn in different games in Tarkov and vice versa, you're just going to become an all-around better gamer. Just getting reps in on different games, just playing what's fun, doing what you feel like is best is extremely important, and you will improve if you do stuff like this, I promise.